Hello class. Today in this video we will be talking about dividing complex numbers. Let's say you're given an expression such as 6 minus 5i over 4 minus 3i, and you're told to simplify that expression. What you're really being asked to do is to get rid of the i's in the denominator. So how do you do that? Well, you use something called the complex conjugate. And what is the complex conjugate? Well, it's a complex number. Let's say you're given a plus b I. What would its complex conjugate be? It would be a minus b I. You simply find the opposite of the imaginary part. And similarly, if you're given a minus bi, its complex conjugate would be a plus bi. They're complex conjugates of each other. So how do we use this when dividing complex numbers? Well, we use the fact that a plus b times a minus b equals a squared minus b squared. We have a difference of squares, and then when we have a plus bi times its complex conjugate, a minus bi, we have a squared minus b squared I squared, which is actually can simplify further because I squared equals negative 1. So that's a squared plus b squared. And we have a sum of squares. And you'll notice that we've gotten rid of the i's. Okay. So let's go back to our example. 6 minus 5i over 4 minus 3i. So we want to find the complex conjugate of the denominator because we want to get rid of the i's in the denominator. And what would its complex conjugate be? Well, it would be 4 plus 3i. Because we don't want to change the overall expression, we're going to multiply by 1 by having the same value on top as we do on the bottom. So what would that be? Well, when we multiply complex numbers, we multiply term by term. So we get 6 times 4 is 24, and then 18i minus 20i minus 15i squared over a sum of squares, 16 plus 9. And we can simplify this further. 16 plus 9 becomes 25. I squared is negative 1. And then we can collect like terms. So we get 39 minus 2i over 25. And we can write this in standard form. So that is 39 over 25 minus 2 over 25i. So we have an a plus a bi, in this case negative 2 over 25i, and that is our answer. Let's look at another example. Let's say you're given negative 9 plus 7i over I, and you're told to simplify that expression. Once again, we need to get rid of the i's in the denominator. So what do? We could take a complex conjugate, but we really don't need to go to all that trouble. We can actually simply multiply by I in the bottom and the top. So we get I squared in the bottom, and then when we distribute the I, we get a negative 9 I plus 7i squared. And these I squareds become -1, -1. Okay, so what does that become? Well, we have a -9i over -1, so that's positive 9i. And then we have -7 over -1, so that's also a positive number. 7 plus 9i, and that is our answer.